be done with another Throwback Thursday project. And one of the biggest ones at that, so here's hoping. What is up, YouTube? I'm your friendly neighborhood Edman64, bringing you another episode of Pokemon Emerald as part of Throwback Thursday. We are doing a flying type only challenge. And yeah, I unfortunately got caught training these guys all day yesterday after I stopped recording, so this is being recorded on a Tuesday. But yes, I have gotten pretty much everything I wanted out of these guys, and I'm pretty much locked and loaded. We're all level 48. I have some pretty evil strategies that I can use, and I think that they will benefit me in some way, shape, or form, or at least I hope. Okay, so my main strategy for this, and probably the biggest thing I need to do for this, is setting up spikes. I'm gonna need the spikes because my team is surprisingly not as heavy hitting as I thought they would be at this point. Even at, I know they're not at the highest level they could be, but still, like, the fact that Dodrio is 129, when I was for sure thinking it was gonna be in like the 140s for attack, and Kaiju being 160s when I thought he was gonna be like the 170s. It's just one of those you can't win type things. So I opted to get rid of Swift in exchange for spikes, agility for speed, and if I need to get some hits in, Steel Wing or Air Cutter should do the trick. Then next up is our heaviest hitter, which is Kaiju, Thrash, Earthquake, Hidden Power, and Ice Beam. I chose Ice Beam because I wanted to make sure I had an answer to Drake's Dragons in case, Cirrus, there you go. In case Cirrus is not up to the challenge, I wanted to make sure I had an answer to Drake's Dragons. And, this should give us our answer. I mean, granted, special attack isn't going to be the best, but a lot of his Pokemon are quad weak to ice, so that's more or less what I'm leaning on here. With Taboos, it's a little bit more... Taboos is going to be geared towards the first couple of fights, primarily the Ghost fight with Phoebe. So we have Wing Attack, Confuse Ray, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball. She's going to get some appearances against Sydney once I've got all the spikes set up, but in general, I'm thinking probably the biggest against Phoebe. The biggest gut test is going to be the Ice Trainer. I don't remember her name. I think it's like Glacia or Glacy or something like that. But I don't know how we're going to beat that. I think we're just going to have to brute strength it. If we're going based on weaknesses to ice, yeah, Kaiju and Stelly Dan are the only two that don't have any weakness to ice, so yeah. Berberis is pretty much just a revenge kill at this point. I'd finally learned Drill Peck, which is good. Pursuit in case they try to switch out. Rage if I need an attack boost. Nothing too stand out about this, though. Yeah. Altaria, Cirrus or Altaria. I was testing moves with it while I was training it, and in case you can't tell, its attack is pretty garbage. So even with a couple of Dragon Dances, that return really does not do much for us. And even though we've had this thing for 30 levels, yeah, it's not really doing much for us. But nevertheless, I do have it knowing Dragon Dance and Aerial Ace could be useful, even if it's just to serve it as like a meat shield if I need to level somebody up or heal somebody up. Aloha is going to hold the XP share because I don't think she is going to make an appearance at all until we get to the champion. And I'm pretty sure she's going to have to body the champion because outside of the potential for Hidden Power Thunder to do, Hidden Power Electric to do some decent damage, we really don't have much to throw at, actually, now that I think about it, I did get that magnet off screen, so I may as well equip it. Yeah, I am not 100% sure we can do this at this level, and I'm hoping we can, but I think we're going to have to rely very heavily on spikes in order to survive these, so it's time for the road test. Oh, by the way, in case you guys needed to know, I got a bunch of, I have 20 full restores, I have 10 full heals, I have 10 lava cookies, 35 hyper potions, 15 revives, 1 max revive. I think we're good. Oh, PP max. I wanted to use that for something, but what was it? Was it for you? Was it for Ice Beam or was it for Thrash? Ray or Shadow Ball. I have it all set for Tri-Attack. I wanted to use this for something, but I don't remember what it is now. And in case you're wondering why I haven't gone with a better Grass-type move and some other moves, I know this Elite Four likes to use Double Team, so yeah, no, we're gonna be prepared for that. Beyond this point, only those trainers who have collected all the gym badges are permitted to enter. Trainer, let us confirm that you have all the gym badges. Trainer, believe in yourself and your Pokemon and go forth. Alright. First up is Sydney of the Elite Four. Dark types. I am not concerned because all of his, with the exception of 2 of his Pokemon, they all have subtypes. So yeah, we're gonna have a field. We're gonna be fine against them. I'm not even slightly concerned. Welcome, Challenger. I'm Sydney of the Elite Four. Yes, it's also an anagram for Disney, where the End Man is going in a couple of weeks. Or by the time this is going up, he's either already gone or is currently there. I have no idea. I like that look you're giving me. I guess you'll give me a good match. That's good. Looking real good. Alright, you and me, let's enjoy a battle that can only be staged here in the Pokemon League. Alright. He starts off with a Mightyena, and that is one of the big reasons why I have Steely Dan out. Her attack isn't that good, but the whole point of Steely Dan being out there is to lair the spikes. So if I can get a couple of them off, I will be content. I can deal with the rest. That is the whole key to this. Now, 1 layer of spikes, I believe, does 1/8 of their HP. Second set does 1/10? No, 1/10. Does 1/6, and then 3 layers of spikes does 1/4 of their HP. For any Pokemon that can touch the ground. So, no Pokemon with Levitate, no Pokemon with, no Pokemon with no flying types. So this is specifically just to prepare ourselves and get some cheap shots in. Beyond that, like I said, I just want to see what we can do, see if we can get some chip damage on this guy. Fortunately for us, this is before Steel type got its super nerf, where now it resists everything back. Well, back at this point in this franchise, it resisted everything, and now it just like barely resists anything. Let's heal. No, I never said this was a we're not allowed to heal type of challenge. I never said that. Obviously, you've seen me struggle and try to keep guys alive. Alive in this thing, so. Alright. Steel Wing. Can you finish it off, Steely Dan? Beautiful. Alright. I'm expecting Crawdaunt next. Beautiful. Alright. You know what? We'll go for the throat right now and go Berberus. Let's see if my spikes hit. They should. There you go. Look at that. Automatically starting with that much damage kind of helps us. Let's see what Drill Peck does against this thing. Alright, I don't think it's enough to take it out, but we'll go for a Drill Peck. Alright, yeah, he's wasting a full restore here. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. We're faster than it. And I'm fairly certain Tri-Attack will finish it off now, since I gave this thing the Silk Scarf to hold. And boom. Alright, next up is Absol. You know what? We'll let you handle this. I think Berberus has what it takes. We haven't seen a lot of Berberus in this LP anyway, so... Yeah, that is glorious. That is glorious right there. Alright, so he's going to use another one here. I want to see how much Tri-Attack does. Oh, no, he may not. Citrus Berry. Nice. That'll take care of you. That's my boy, Berberus. Alright, Shiftry. The last two Pokemon should be Shiftry and Cacturn, which, again, I believe that'll be the work of Taboos to finish. And, yep, look at that, a quarter of the damage. Alright, Sludge Bomb time. Perfect. Oh, there you go. I've been prepping for this, so... The whole point of this is to make sure we can blitz right through these guys. Let's see. I think a Sludge Bomb should do it. I don't think Cacturn's defenses are good enough to withstand. And they're not. Beautiful. So the spike strategy does work. Well, how do you like that? I lost. It was fun, so it doesn't matter. Alright. Well, listen to what this loser has to say. You've got what it takes to go far. Now go on to the next room and enjoy your next battle. Okay, Phoebe is going to be a little bit harder than Sydney was, because A, some of her ghost Pokemon have Levitate, so we're not going to get the cheap damage we've been getting, and B, ghost types are just a pain in the ass to fight in general, so we are still going to stick with the same strategy, layer the spikes, hope Steely Dan can take out some of her Pokemon, then let Taboo sweep the rest. I'm confident we can do it. But a little bit less so than I was against Sydney. I'm Phoebe of the Elite Four. I did my training on Mount Pyre. While I trained, I gained the ability to commune with Ghost-type Pokemon. Yes, the bond I developed with Pokemon is extremely tight. So come on, just try and see if you can even inflict damage on my Pokemon. Her Pokemon are not... Thank goodness it's not Gengar. But her Pokemon are just nuisances in general. Especially Dusclops with its pressure. Now that should not impact Spikes. Because this is not being at a direct attack at them. I don't think any of her Pokemon have Rapid Spin either. In fact, I think the only Pokemon that may have Rapid Spin in this whole thing is, I think the only Pokemon that may have Rapid Spin in this whole thing may be... And that's even a maybe. Oh, it is still affecting it. Wow. It's all moves. Why did I think that... That's weird. I used to think that it was only moves that target the opponent. I guess it's making you use all moves. Alright, I'm fine with that. But anyway, this first Dusclops is more or less just used to be a nuisance. A wall for you to deal with. So I'll gain a speed boost. I'll probably have to use a, what is that, an Ether or something on my next turn. Well, after this battle, so I can replenish our spikes. Because we're going to need them. Alright, let's see what Steel Wing does. Shouldn't do too much because this thing's got high defense. Alright, not bad, not bad. Steely Dan might actually be the one Pokemon I shouldn't have to spam the Yellow Flute on if they keep, like, in a spam confuse right, because our defenses are really high. So I may just wait, I may just heal him after a couple of turns here. Steel Wing does. Ooh, not enough. Not enough. She's gonna heal here. She's gonna heal here. I'd say we should too, but that's kind of counterintuitive to heal there. So we will more or less just do what we've been doing. See if we can get a crit. Wow, that does the same amount of damage. That's weird. I thought Steel Wing would be doing more. But hey, like I said, once we get past this Dusclops, the rest should be easier. Keyword is should. It may not be, but it should be easier. And in case you guys are wondering, no, I'm not fighting the post-game. I am not even going to attempt to fight Steven Stone with this team. Not only because his team is going to be like 30 levels higher than me, but there's really isn't a good place to grind in Emerald's post-game. There really isn't like a place like the Sebi Islands or something like that, or like a post-games thing. There really just isn't anywhere to grind in this game outside of just rematching the Elite Four. Alright, Stelly Dan, you're holding in there, and I'm proud of you. Just get one hit in, and this should do it. Alright, 1 down, 4 to go. I hope she throws her bayonets out first, because that would solve so many problems. Alright. Taboos. My first real throw at the bayonets. Because if you die, I don't know what the hell. Ooh, I thought bayonet had levitate for an ability. It doesn't? I'm not gonna complain then. Okay, I'll take the extra hits. Oh my god, this is a walk in the park. Holy crap. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. I've seen a Bennett's Thunderbolt. Ooh, that hurt. Alright. Oh, that stings even more. Alright. Well, if you wanted to use a full restore, I believe I'm entitled to use one. Alright, there we go. Heal here? No, you're not healing. That's intriguing. That's it. That's impressive. That is legitimately impressive. I'm proud of you. Alright, note to self, Taboos' physical strength is not as strong as it could be. Dusclops. Alright, so that definitely helps us. We'll go Confuse Ray here. I think I know what I'm going to be fighting anyway, so may as well get a shot in. Keep it confused. My plan B to fight Dusclops is probably Cirrus. Ooh, there you go, Taboos. That's my girl. That's my girl. Alright, Taboos is trying to learn Poison Fang. Now, does this guarantee a toxic poison? Oh, it does. Okay. I prefer Sludge Bomb's power, though. Nothing against you, though, Taboos. Oh, sorry. No. I don't need you to know Poison Fang. Alright, Bennett. I thought these things had Levitate for an ability. Apparently, they do not. I wholeheartedly appreciate that. Thank you, game. Alright, and ooh, still living, huh? Alright, so this thing only does about 75% health of a... Not even... I'd say about 70% health with a Shadow Ball. Or it can crit again. Okay, Taboos, you're angry for some reason, and I'm just not even gonna get in your way. Alright, Sableye. You know what? let's just go for the throat here. Taboos, you've done a lot here, and I appreciate it, but I need to guarantee this kill. And Kaiju is my strongest Pokemon, so I am going to guarantee that kill with it. Assuming I can. Well, I also get the Intimidate on that, so that helps too. But, yeah, we're gonna rock this thing's day. And hope for the best. Boo to the oh my god, another critical hit. Alright, cool. Now the game's making up for all the critical hits I lost early in the game. Oh darn, I've gone and lost. There's definitely a bond between you and your Pokemon, too. I didn't recognize it, so it's only natural that I lost. Yep, I'd like to see how far your bond will carry you. Go ahead and move on to the next room. Oh god, okay. This might be the biggest gut check of the whole LP. Is this ice gym leader, or Elite Four? We're gonna keep with the strategy. Spikes, spikes, and more spikes, but only this time I think Steely Dan may actually have to carry 90% of the weight. I was planning actually to go and get the TM for Flamethrower to teach to Cirrus, worst case scenario, but I have no money right now, and I'm not gambling. Because I don't know why this one's gambling isn't as easy as Fire Red and Leaf Greens, but again, I guess I can't complain. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm your friend, the neighborhood, Endman64. I will see you guys next Thursday. As you can see, there were only 2 episodes today, but since we're nearing the finale of the game, I figure we do what we normally do and have 2 episodes then, 2 episodes now. And next week, we will completely finish Pokemon Emerald and then move on to the next game. What's the next game? You'll just have to wait till next Thursday to find out. Until we meet again, my lovelies, sayonara.